What's up, YouTube? Welcome to episode 4. As I mentioned in the last video, this one's sort of going to take a look at some ideas brought up by Joe Girlando and his top 4 build from YCS Long Beach. We'll also touch a little bit on Angel Flores' build that won Anaheim last April. That was quite a few formats ago. There's really only 2 cards from that build that I thought had an impact for this one, but they were major enough that I felt that it needed addressed. So I'll go ahead and just hop into the build and let me know what you guys think about it. We're playing Stratos and Triple Alias, pretty standard. This is the low monster count build. We are only playing 8 monsters in the deck. The next 2 are Thunder Kings, and finally are 2 Barbaros. You kind of have to make the game go quick. You stall them out and you win. As for spells, we play Triple Duality, Rhoda and E-Call, double Gemini Spark, just sort of the standard stuff. Now, why don't I play 3 Sparks still? Why aren't I playing Crusader again? I kind of wanted to, honestly, but I didn't have room. And I didn't have room because of these next 3 cards. I felt they had a bigger place in the deck for now, so I kind of went back to my old idea of just playing the 2 Sparks without Crusader. The first 2 of those are double Forbidden Chalice. This was the idea that I pulled from Angel Flores. When I saw his build, that was what, 15 months ago, whatever, I kind of thought it didn't make sense. Why play Chalice over Lance? If you remember his particular build, it wasn't Barbaros based or anything. In his interview about the deck, he said, well, it makes my 19s 23s. Well, I'd rather have my 19s look like 27s by using Lance in his particular build, but for whatever reason, he played the Chalices. But in a build where you're playing Barbaros, I think Chalice is absolutely awesome. It will boost Barbaros up to 3,400, and then he will stay at 3,000 after that. With the massive Chaos Dragon bandwagon, more or less, right now, you're seeing a lot of triple Raikou, so Chalice puts in work there. Against Dino Rabbit, chances are good they will be sighting in their Snowman Eaters against you, so you can stop their Snowmans with the Chalice as well. In rogue matchups like GK, you're going to stop the Spy. And if really, really need be, it can sort of act as an effect failure, if need be, just for that turn. So just a good card. And that third card is 1 Lance. I kind of want to make this 2 Lance, or 3 Chalice 2 Lance. I just kind of been running out of room for in the deck right now. So I've sort of left it at the minimalist approach on these. It's still really consistent. The idea behind Lance is to stop Bottomless or Deep Prison, Mirror Force, Torrential, Dark Hole. We don't recycle our monsters almost at all in this particular build, so if you're losing them to stupid stuff really fast, it's going to be really hard to come back and win. So that's why I kind of want to play a second Lance in here, but right now at the moment I'm not. We play double MST, and then Mind Control, Book of Moon, Monster Reborn, and Dark Hole. On to the massive trap lineup. We play the Solemn Brigade as per standard. Double Bottomless, double Torrential, double Hero Blast to get back those aliases. This is really the only way to recycle in the deck. Double Compulse. You could use this defensively to bounce a monster back to your hand if they're trying to deprison or whatnot. But the big idea is to get Boss Exceeds and things like that off the board, Zen Mains and shit like that. 1 Deprison and 1 Mirror Force. In my last video, I questioned you guys about Mirror Force, Dark Bribe, and Starlight Road. So I figured I would try to embrace those 3 cards in this particular build. So I swapped the 2nd Deprison for Mirror Force. I've really got nothing good or bad to say about it. It hasn't played tested any better or any worse. So it's kind of just a preference thing. Double Skill Drain to shut down the opponent and to make Barbaros 3k. And then Starlight Road and Dark Bribe. That puts the deck count to 41. You could cut the Bribe or one of the Compulses or the Mirror Force. There's a lot of one-of cards that you could choose not to play to cut the deck to 40. Right now it's at that 41 mark, not because I want it to be at 41, but just because I haven't chose what I want to cut out yet. As well as what other things I could cut if I decide to increase the Chalice Lance ratio. And there's also 1 card from the side deck that I wanted to main and just haven't got around to that yet. So there may be an episode 4.5 for an actual update on this build rather than a completely different build. But if I can get that working the way I want it to, you'll see that sometime in the near future. As for our extra deck, there's no way to fuse in this particular build, so all the fusions are kaput. You're just playing Utopia, Utopia Ray, Maestroke, Blade Armor, Photon Assassin, Steel Swarm Roach, and Gem-Knight Pearl. Again, like I said in the last video, there could be a Gaia Dragoon in there if you want. Because of Mind Control, if you really wanted to, since there's the extra deck space, you could get your hands on a Heliopolis. Mind Control level 8s with Barbaros going to Heliopolis, but you really just need the level 4s, or the rank 4s. You don't exceed next to ever. You really take away your own advantage by doing that, unless you like mind controlling. So you just have options for that one time you may exceed every now and then. Because of a side deck Cyber Dragon, we have the Chimera Tech, and because of Starlight Road, we have Stardust Dragon. As for the side deck, there are no hand traps at all. And I've talked before about Catastor being staple because of level 4s and Valor, but there's no Valor, so there's no Catastor. We play the third Thunder King, the only Cyber Dragon, and Honest. These are just really solid cards that can be sided in those other, skill drain type beat matchups, so they're gonna help you put in work there. And then in place of the hand traps for effect negation and things, we have 2 Doomcaliber Knight. As for spells, we got the Double Soul Taker, the Heavy in the third MST, and the Closed Forest for the Dark World and the Gravekeeper and whatever. Traps, you've got the second and third Deep Prisons for like Chaos Dragons or Dino Rabbit or Mirror Match or, whatever you need those singular monster removals for. And finally, why we play no hand traps, if you haven't guessed it yet, triple Macrocosmos. Macro is going to shut down Inzectors, it's going to shut down the Wind-Ups, it's going to shut down Chaos Dragons, it's going to shut down Lightsworn, it's going to shut down Dark World, kind of could shut down GK when they don't have Steel to recycle the low monster count that they run, if you really thought you needed it for that particular matchup. Macro is just a really good card. Since I don't fuse in any way, shape, or form in this particular build, I control the field and then just beat stick. I don't need those cards. I've talked about Miracle Fusion sometimes being dead. I mean, when you play such a low monster count, I feel like the graveyard just doesn't have enough material in it to take care of what you need it to. So instead of those, I figured triple Macrocosmos. Why not? So if I can come up with a new ratio for Lances and Chalices, or possibly maining Macrocosmos in this build, I'll do an update and let you guys know, but for now, this is what we're dealing with, so let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Peace out.